My name is Jan Steenberg. I am based in Singapore and I'm heading up the supply chain practice for both APAC and Europe. When I was about 8 years old, this man here and his two partners in crime piloted a vehicle to the moon called Apollo 11, and I was absolutely fascinated by it. But after having seen that, my sort of greatest ambition was to become an astronaut, or potentially, flying jet planes. But I think as I got a bit older, I realized that, there aren't that many jobs on the moon. But it gave me an inspiration in terms of understanding that a lot of things are possible if you try hard enough and you work hard enough at it. And that was, I think, has been a driver in my professional life for ever since. I got a degree in economics and I did some postgraduate studies in strategic planning and marketing. And I realized that one area that was massively neglected in private businesses at that time was the area of logistics. After having finished university, I offered a job as logistics controller. And one of the things I started doing at that point in time was actually start changing systems, processes. I worked very closely with the finance director on that. That's how I got into supply chain management, and it's been a fantastic journey for me, and working with colleagues around Scandinavia as well as a lot of suppliers in the UK, in the US, in Germany, gave me sort of very international perspective on things. Every company I worked for ever since, my role has been to change things, upgrade things, improve things. The other part, which I think is very important and has been a great help for me at TCS, has been that I'm a great believer that technology is a fantastic enabler for change. Modern supply chains need to be a lot more than just cost efficient and effective. They need to be sustainable. Supply chain people have been dealing with disruptions on a regular basis over the years. But what is really changing now is that I think there's a lot of demands on supply chain professionals to think in a new way in terms of sustainability, circular economies, circular supply chains. Rather than just manufacture and use and dispose, the pressure is on companies to reuse, recycle, refurbish as part of that journey. Sustainable supply chains and digital technologies go very much hand in hand, and we're seeing that. And one recent example I was involved with in this initial phase was actually about sustainable palm oil production in Indonesia. So things like track and trace suddenly became very important. And being able to sort of fully demonstrate using both IoT devices, satellite tracking, blockchain technology, through that supply chain, it is actually possible to determine where every drop of palm oil is coming from. Supply chain professionals are generally used to work across borders, across multiple cultures and multiple customs as well. I think it's not just quite important, it's absolutely essential that you have that understanding and you have that openness towards differing ideas. And it's something I sort of work with my own team, both in Europe and here in APAC where I currently am, in trying to sort of instill that we need to challenge each other's opinions about how things should be in order to be able to make a difference. And if we don't question ourselves and just stick with the same sort of script, we're going to fail. So I think those are some of the things that you have to create as a leader. You have to build that level of trust. You have to create that level of safety, if you like, that, nothing is necessarily off the table, but we treat each other with respect and we respect each other's opinions. Both my wife and I have sort of been doing volunteering and mostly in our communities where we've been living for a long time, and I wanted to get involved with was education and education standards, education offerings. And so I've been very passionate about driving our education agenda, in particular in Africa, where it's had a tremendous uptake and success. And education to me is the route forward. If you educate people and you support their education, they make real progress in their lives and in their livelihoods, in their standard of living.